resistive shoulder abduction. Okay, resistive shoulder abduction, abduction. Okay, so that's taking the arm and coming out here. Okay, easiest way to do that is not to do it at the wrist. Bend their elbow, put your arm against their elbow right here, your hand, and then stabilize the shoulder and tell them to push their elbow towards the ceiling. And then you're just resisting as it goes up. Okay, so that is shoulder abduction right there. Okay, we're going to do adduction. Okay, we can put it right here. Again, we're just going to put our arm on top and have them come down, and we resist them coming back in. Okay, simple enough, right? So abduction, adduction. Okay, on that one, make sure I got those down. Okay, flexion, extension. Again, go ahead and put them in this position right here because it's a little easier. Well, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead and put them in this position. It's easier here to go ahead and have a better lever for them. So flexion. Okay, we're just going to have them go straight thumb to the ceiling. Nope, don't bend your elbow. Keep your elbow straight. Straight thumb to the ceiling. Okay, no, you're bending your elbow again. Keep the elbow straight. Thumb to the ceiling. There we go. Okay, and that's going to be our extension. Okay, or sorry, flexion. Okay. Now again, it's not really full extension is to here. Okay, this is not full extension. Okay, because what happens here is that in order for us to get to this point, we actually have to have them abduct to get up here. Because you have that acromion that's naturally going to block the humeral head. Okay, so to get them up here, we actually have to kind of bring them into a little bit of abduction. So that's not really true extension. So true extension is going to end right about there. Okay, so that's why we're looking. So there's no reason to try it. Plus, you lose a lot of strength once you get up to this point. Okay, so there's no reason to try and resist this because you're going to overpower them every time up here. So we want them right here. Okay, to that point. So again, if we're doing resistive, go ahead straight up into there. Okay, and then if we're going to do resistive extension, okay, so that's flexion. This is extension. Come on back down. Okay, right there. Okay, now here's the argument. We can go back here. Okay, this is what we would consider true extension is back here. Okay, this is what we kind of call just this is kind of that extra that we're talking about. So this is true extension. I call this hyperextension of the shoulder. Okay, so when I want you to resist extension, I want you to come back down. So back down to neutral is where I want you to. This is going to be hyperextension in my mind. Okay, which you don't have to do. But depending on who you talk to, they're going to say that's extension. Okay, but for the sake of our class, extension. Okay, all right. Internal rotation. Okay, so what we're going to do is we got to think as how the humeral head sits. So it sits here, and I want to internally rotate it. It's got to come in here. Okay, all right. And external rotation is going to come out here. Okay, so to do that, what I do is bend them in 90-90 elbow. Okay, and then I'm going to have them want to come into here to internally rotate. So for me to resist that, I put my hand right here, kind of like we're going to lock fingers a little bit. I say, all right, now pull your thumb towards your belly button, and I'm just resisting. Okay, and that's going to be internal rotation, resistive internal rotation. And then resistive external, okay, we're going to come back to neutral, and external is coming this way. Okay, so again, lock my fingers in. All right, I'm going to say now push your knuckles towards me. And I'm just kind of holding as they come out. Okay, we want to kind of stabilize that elbow as much as we can. All right, so we get to there. So you can also come this way and go. Now, push against my hand. What do you mean you don't know what I mean? How much more clear can I be, Siri? Come on. All right. Turn around. All right. So we have scapular elevation, scapular retraction, all right, and scapular protraction, okay? So this is kind of how we will do this. This one you're not going to really be able to, you can resist elevation. So all you do to resist scapular elevation, hands on their shoulders, say shrug. All right, and you're just resisting a shrug. Okay, that's elevation right here, okay? Retraction, protraction are a little bit hard. So retraction is they're going to sit there and they're going to squeeze their shoulder blades together. So you can't really resist that unless you're sitting here holding them like this, which is, if I can sit there and put my hand in and say squeeze my hand a little bit, okay? That to me is good enough because that shows me they can do that. I can't really assess too much strength right there. If they're having a strength issue, they probably won't be able to squeeze my hand that much. So that's what we're wanting to do is just have them squeeze their hand right there on that one. So that's going to be kind of my resistive right there. On that. All right, and then protraction. Best way I can tell you to do protraction is just have them come up to a wall and just do a wall push-up, okay? Because that's going to be that protraction coming back, okay? So we're doing that. So you can actually do a retraction going down and a protraction coming back, okay? And that's going to be the best way to kind of assess those resistive movements right there on that one. All right, model up. Let's go ahead and let's